preview, round 23 preview. The Hawthorn Football Club taking on the Richmond Football Club at the MCG, the home of football. $3:20 p.m. on a Sunday, 8th versus 18th, and if I'm being honest, I cannot wait for this game. I think we're very nicely placed for this game. We're really in need to win both our last two games. We have North Melbourne next week, and I think that should be pretty simple win down in Tassie, where we play most of our footy. Good footy. And the stats, they're pretty close actually. The Tigers obviously have had a lot of injuries the whole season. But you'd think with their forward line, just looking at it on paper, Campbell, Graham, Mansell, Bauer, Kazitsky, Bolton is their starting forward line, that our back line still have a pretty easy day handling that forward line. Then midfield on paper is pretty good, but lately Taranto's just been working his ass off, and he's got no support really from Prestia or Hopper or Short or anyone really. Hopper played well last week, but then hasn't really played amazing any other of the weeks, and Prestia has just been nowhere in the last couple of weeks. He got 29 against North, but yeah, we're having games where one of them plays well and another doesn't, and then two of them play well, and they can't all seem to fire in the one game. But yeah, you should think that our midfield would be better. And then on paper, it's Worpel, McDonald, and Moore, but that won't be the starting lineup, you wouldn't think. No changes to our lineup. I'll read out Amon, Frost, Morrison, fullback, halfback, Scrimshaw, Sicily, Day. Centres, Weddle, Moore, Impey. Followers, Meek, Worpel, McDonald. Half forwards, Newcombe, Bruce, Gunston. Full forwards, Ginnivan, Charles, McKenzie, and the bench consists of Hardwick, Nash, D'Ambrosio, and Watson. Bruce has been the sub for a couple of weeks now, and I think that he will probably be the sub again. He kicked 2 goals last week, which was a good time to come in for him. Obviously, Will Day subbed out tactically. Still no CJ. I think he was rested last week late with a calf. I think they're just making sure that he's 100% fit and ready to go for next round and then finals, hopefully. And well, here it says that our 22 at the moment is better than our best 22 somehow. I don't know how that works, but Richmond have looked okay in the last couple of weeks. They put up a fair fight against St Kilda until 3/4 time, and then things turned a bit ugly. And then North, realistically, they probably should have beaten North. Kicked 10 goals, 17. The Battle of the Wooden Spoon, they were leading for more than half the game, so they should have won that one when they lost by 13. And then Collingwood, they put up a decent fight, but I think it's just been a lack of consistency lately for Richmond. They've been getting thumped, and then they've had some close games, but they haven't won since, well, round 13 was their last win against the Crows at the Adelaide Oval. Was the first win, was their last win since we've played, since now. But yeah, the average, they're getting 100. Their average points scored against them is 101.9. So that tells you the story. They've been conceding a lot of points, and Hawthorn are only 78.5. And then you go to points for, and Hawthorn are up by 20, and they've only been kicking 65 points lately. So it's not great, those numbers for Richmond. And then clearances and stoppage averages and possession averages are all pretty close. We average 3 more clearances. It's tied centre clearances, stoppage clearances up by 2, contested possessions up by 9, and uncontested possessions up by 15. So the numbers are close, but we're still up in everything, in most of it, but yeah, Richmond, we know that they can put up a fight, and last time I went to that game, round 14 at the MCG, and we were just too good for them. They couldn't keep up. It was tightish at half time, 4 goals 5 to 7 goals 6, and then after that the floodgates just opened, and there was a massive crowd that day for Dusty's 400th, 94,300, I think it was, something or other, in the house. And yeah, went wild when Dusty kicked the first goal. And apart from that, the Richmond crowd couldn't really roar because we were just all over them all day. And that could potentially be the story once more. We do have a very dominant side. We're in some really good form. 2 weeks ago we only lost by GWS by 2, and then our last loss before that was the Cats, which we had a fairly off game then. But yeah, we're in some good form, and the ruck battle is one for me to watch. It'll be Meek and Nankervis, and it's very interesting, that one, because Meek, some may say, is a hit-out beast. He has one of the highest averages for hit-outs in this season. Yeah, I know he's played maybe 3/4 of the games this season. Obviously Reeves was in for the first 4 to 5 rounds, and he's played in the middle when Meek had that hyperextension in his leg. But yeah, it's Nankervis has been really thriving for the Tigers. Averages 5 tackles, 3 marks, so he's good around the ground. And then he averages 1 more disposal than Meek. And obviously Meek's in and under as well. But yeah, it's quite the ruck battle there. I think on paper we definitely have a better midfield. Well, it's Prestia, Taranto, Hopper, and potentially Jack Ross versus Warple, Newcomb, Nash, Mackenzie, Day, and more rolls through there as well. So, yeah, I think we've definitely got more depth in the midfield and probably better on paper there. I think the forward line, as I spoke about earlier, Bolton is really the only standout in that forward line. Graham's okay. Mansell's average. Campbell, I don't watch Richmond a great deal, but I know that Campbell is around there. Bauer does average 2 goals a game, but I'm not sure. He's only played 1 game this season. I think he's been sub a couple of times. And he's a key defender, but he does average 2 goals a game, which is quite interesting. He's named to play in the forward pocket, and then Kosicki going against his old team didn't really make an influence last time. He's been really average this season, averages a goal, which does surprise me because he's been really, I've hardly seen him. I think Chol will comfortably win that matchup against him, and then you've got our back line versus theirs, which is the interesting bit. That's where Richmond thrive. I know they average 100 points scored against them, but their back line in attack, Rioli and Vlosten and Short off the half-back flanks are really good, and Ralph Smith can get up there. McIntosh can play as a defensive winger. Off half-back, they're good, and then they've got Bolter and Ben Miller as lockdown defenders. So they've definitely got depth in their back line. But yeah, I think ours still does probably get the chocolates over that back line. Sicily, Frost, Scrimshaw, Amon, Morrison can play back. Hardwick could play forward or back. And D'Ambrosio swings back a little bit. Weddle and Impey. So yeah, I think we get the chocolates on them in all of the areas. I think definitely our forward line is better than theirs. And I don't know how their backs will go maintaining our forwards, which I'm excited to see. Maybe a Nick Watson really get involved and really have his breakout game. He's been really good. He's hit a really good form patch, but he's getting a lot up the ground, and he can't seem to hit the scoreboard, but he's getting assists, and that's all that counts. I think McDonald's been really good. He could have a really good game. I think all players could have a really good game. And this is back. We had a pretty hard draw the last couple of rounds. With Carlton, obviously, weren't expected to win that, and then Giants away, and then Adelaide in Adelaide. So Collingwood. So it wasn't the easiest run home, but knowing if we had won a couple of those, which we did, I think we definitely have the advantage over them. I think that's the benefit of having 2 games, Richmond and North, at the end of the season, and 2 home games as well, and hopefully, obviously, our supporters now knowing that we have in contention for finals and playing some really good footy now. We'll deck out the MCG in the brown and gold, and I heard something the other day that we now have the most members we've ever had as a club, even during the 3P. So that just shows how loyal our fans are and how much people want to come and see us play now. And yeah, so that's great to hear, and hopefully they can deck out the MCG on Sunday. And I think I am going to this game. My dad bought tickets, so I'll be there. I play footy myself, and then I'll go. So I'll be there supporting our Hawks, and hopefully they can get the job done. And my tip for this game will be Hawthorn by 37 points. And if we can get the win, all I'm wanting to happen is we win, and we win by a solid margin. We have North next week. Sheezy is in contention to not play. So, yeah, if we can win by 30 at least, I'll be happy. And that'll secure us a top 8 spot at least for the end of this round, if we can win and win comfortably, which we should do. And yeah, can't wait to see the Hawks get out there on Sunday, 3:20. And hopefully the weather's good, but you know, Melbourne weather, never trust it. And yeah, we'll see you then next time.